So I had my fears, real fears, not just the one I hope we don't miss our flight kind of feeling. I mean, fears of insecurity, of road accidents, of not returning in one piece. And can you blame me? When all the headlines in the country says bandits, kidnappings, accidents, and more bad news, especially from the north. So yeah, I'm just doing this because I think I should. It's a vlog. Um, Work came calling, and it was an interstate store across the northern part of Nigeria. I was so scared. Like, I wasn't really ready for this trip, but I needed to do it. I was a debater when I was in school, so I could call myself a debater. So we traveled to different parts of the country, different states, especially the eastern, southern, western part of the country. But I didn't really experience traveling to the north, because I don't think we had like tournaments in the north apart from Abuja. I can't remember, but I think it's just Abuja. And because I didn't get to travel to the north, I wanted to experience the north myself, right? So I felt like it was good for me to be part of this store, even though I was scared, but I needed to go because I wanted to experience it. So yeah, we set out, me and my fears in one seat. We journeyed through Kano, stopped briefly in Kaduna. We crossed over to Jigawa, reached the calm arms of Yola in Adamawa, and then paused in Jos because before heading home. We experienced more than just four states. We experienced the beauty of interstate Nigeria. And guess what? A lot of what I feared didn't happen. No gunshots, no bandits, no drama, just beautiful, calm, peaceful land. Like spacious, like we had lands. Yeah, so much land. Like seriously, I was asking myself, like, where are the houses? Where is the infrastructure? We saw land. I mean, it's as if the north is sitting on a treasure chest of land and potential. We passed acres of untouched space, perfect for agriculture, housing, tourism, you name it. But it's underused, almost forgotten, and that's actually very sad. I realize the stories we are told about the North are incomplete. Yes, there are problems, serious ones, but they are not the entire story. There is beauty, there is peace, there is possibility. The people are kind, the cultures are rich, the land is generous, and potentials, they are endless. I'm not saying we should ignore the problems. I'm saying let's stop painting the whole region with just one stroke. Let's tell the full story, because that's the stories I heard. They're the reason I got so scared of traveling. So I think it's time for us to start telling the full story. This whole danger of a single story thing. Anyways, I was scared. I told my mom, and I never tell my mom when I travel. I don't like telling people when I travel because they're either worried or like they're always, there's one thing or the other. Don't go, you should do this. And I like to just do my thing. Maybe when I travel, I tell you. That's how scared I was to I told my mom that I was going for this store because I was really scared. And don't blame me, I had like my own fears. Something had happened and I think it traumatized me, and I'm still healing. So every single time I have to travel, I always think about it, not talk about the northern part of the country that I've heard so much about. This trip didn't just show me the north, it showed me courage. It reminded me why we need to stop letting fear lead the narrative. It reminded me that development should be selective, and that the government, investors, and as well as Nigerians, everybody need to see the north, not just read about it. Northern Nigeria, thank you for surprising me. I came with fear and I left with stories, real ones. You'll see the pictures and videos, everything, you will see them. Now, let's talk about the real MVPs of this trip, my colleagues. The ride or die gang, that's what I want to call them, because that was actually a ride or die. We were together the entire time for how many days? I think close to 10 or 11 days. The laugh till you choke squad, like they were very funny. They said some funny things, did some funny things, and made the trip so exciting. I don't even know how to explain it, but it felt like we packed fun gist, and small madness into one bus and drove across the north. We had our DJs of the bus who controlled the life of the bus, and in fact, the life depended on it, even when the playlist was giving 2015 throwbacks. We had the food police. You know, that one person who somehow always had gala, chin chin, puff puff, and still judged us for asking what's for dinner. I remember someone who actually brought us fried meats and chin chin that we enjoyed ourselves while traveling. Very thoughtful of her. And the one who will finish his money and start looking for money to use and eat and crash and all of that. It was so funny. There was also someone arguing with Google Maps, like, turn left where? This place no get signboard. It was so funny and crazy. And our driver, like, how do I forget the driver? The driver came with some lines. He was just saying some really, really interesting things and funny things. But really, God bless that man. He was not just driving. He was flying on a low key. He handled potholes like he was auditioning for Fast and Furious. Northern Drift. I'm telling you, if we gave him wings, we would have landed in Kano in 2 hours, tops. But beyond the speed and snags, there are moments, the deep convos, the shared fears, the random jokes that became inside jokes, the belly laughs that healed more than we knew. There's something about being on the road with people who just get you, people who carry the weight of work but still make room for joy. That's what this crew gave me. Light in the middle of uncertainty. So here is to us, the team that made the North not just a destination but a memory. And to our wizard driver, please, sir, open driving school. Nigeria needs you. But really, I just want to say that it's time that we stop painting the North the way we do, like in our country. Like, we've said a lot of things about the North, and these things are not true. Yes, I know that. I know this experience. I understand the kidnappings. I understand the killings. But that's not all to it, because if you could see my heart, you will see how scared I was before making this trip. I was really scared. Even while on it, I was still scared. I was still calling. I was stalking. Even while in the vehicles, there are people who were calming me down, like, oh no, that's not what it is, Amara, that's not what it is. Though I kept saying some very funny things, and they're like, where did you hear this from? These things are not true. But that's like all I heard about the North. Like, these are the things I know. Like, it just felt like once you go to the North, you're going to die. Like, bad things just happen and all of that. Those are terrible stories that we've heard. They've painted this the northern part of the country to be. And I also think that those things are true, but even though they are true, we should find our way around it. Like, and people who make the North feel so uncomfortable and uneasy, it's time to stop. There are potentials to be utilized in the North, and because of all the stories we've heard, people don't even want to be associated with the North. They feel like it's a bad place to be. They feel like there is nothing good happening there. I was in Dutse. Dutse is the place was so quiet and peaceful, so clean. Like, so why the heck do I think that the North is a bad place to be? Why is it that I was so scared? I wasn't scared about traveling to other places I've been to, like the way I felt when it was time for me to embark on this trip. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that I do something like this some other time. But really, I just needed to talk about it because, yeah, I had my fears, like I said earlier. Something that happened that actually puts me in a position that I always want to think about my trips, and I get scared thinking that something would happen. And this one was very difficult for me because of all the stories I've heard. Well, guys, visit the North. You should do the road trips and see what it looks like. It's actually beautiful, and you want to go back again. We went to the market. I didn't tell you that part. We bought some things, and we did some shopping. Like, it was fun. All right, subscribe.